welcome to the Wolf Den. All right, guys, here I am in the Wolf Den, and this is going to be a special episode, a viewer requested episode. I've got a lot of comments recently that people would like to see my world in the default texture pack. So that's what I'm going to do today. We're going default. Alla default. And here is where it all started. My workshop. First thing I did was cut out a little hole in the hillside right about here and set up a little workshop in here. Not recently, it's been about a month, but I've expanded the workshop, set up some chests with some basic stuff, tools, furnaces. This is all the wood products. Got some bows. I set myself up with a bedroom, which I hardly ever sleep in anymore. And I've got the world set on normal difficulty. I'm not into playing hardcore or hard mode or anything like that, but I do like to have the occasional mob and, the griefer creeper. I love those guys. Always blowing up my stuff that I build, so I just generally leave everything on normal. And because I couldn't find any iron, and I actually slaughtered 5 or 6 cows and they gave me no leather, all I've got is this piece of golden chest plate, which I just built for the occasion, or put together for the occasion. So the first thing I did is I dug out this big hole. So this is the very first wheat farm I constructed when I was starving and had no food. And here's my glassworks, where not only do I bake glass, but I make clean stone out of it. And it is a huge 5x8. There are 40 furnaces up there. And what I've been using a lot of since I run out of coal so tremendously fast is, oh, there's actually some charcoal. But I've been using a lot of saplings to create charcoal to bake my glass and my clean stone. Somebody told me that Generic Bee had a really cool chicken processing plant. I watched the tutorial and said, no, I'm not going to go that crazily complicated with my chickens. So I made a little pool and I threw a whole bunch of eggs in there. Most of them didn't break. So instead, I came along with some wheat and I simply just bred the chickens like normal. And they produce quite a few eggs. And I'm going to go pick up some more eggs that I've got over here. I made a little kitchen. It's not fancy at all. Not at all. But what it is where I store my wheat, my seeds, my eggs. And I'm going to grab a whole bunch of eggs. And eventually we're going to go have some fun. So this is my very crude and rude kitchen. I probably want to spruce it up sometime, but I've got a better kitchen over in another house. This goes down to my first mine and a nice little workstation that I had set up. So here's all my chests for mined resources. This is just the generic random stuff. I've got quite a bit of gold, some power rails I made. I actually did put together a minecart track that runs out to another workstation that's right over there. Each one of these tunnels goes off in 100 blocks, except for this one. This one goes 100 blocks. There's another workstation, some furnaces, some chests, a work table, workbench, and the other end of the minecart. And then after that, it goes another 100 blocks. So this goes 200 blocks. And both of those go that way and that way. Ooh, there's a slime. I'm going to get the slime. Hee 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 hee. Get the slime. Come here, slimy. I've got to set up a slime farm one of these days, but pretty sure this chunk right here is good for sliming. Come on, come on. Ah. Yeah, I know I shouldn't use a sword, but whatever. In the past, one of my favorite tools for fighting slimes was just a basic wooden stick. Swat you slimes. Come on, come on, come on. Ah, there we go. So let's put the slime balls away. And down here is my newly constructed sieve style. It's like a flour sifter. That's what it reminds me of. It's my monster trap. And here's one of the viewing rooms. I don't have it currently activated, but let's go ahead and turn it on and take a look. And this is a sleeping room. It doesn't work very well at night. It's not a very fast mob trap. It's not super efficient either, but for the great deal of work that I put into it, it does just fine. But it's dropping a lot of creepers right now. That's cool. One of the reasons that I designed the trap this way, and if I could figure out how to get the loot to a central location without using water, I would. I really wanted to catch Enderman with it. Come on, come on, come here. All right. And I'm just going to toss the rotten flesh on the ground. Got one more arrow. That's cool. Got some mushrooms. Got some eggs. I'll show you. I got a plan for the eggs. I have a plan. No bones. And let's just put that extra arrow up here. Let's put my clock back. And where to go next? Let's go back up and out over here. I'm hearing zombies. Oh well. Not concerned with the zombies. So I dug all this out, leveled it all out, and then I started building my city. Chopped down a whole bunch of pine trees. This used to be a pine forest. And then in update 1.1, it all turned to snow and ice and everything. And I was really unhappy about that at first. And then I started building my automated machines and having ice channels throughout my world was pretty cool. I can now make really, really fast item transportation devices. So, this is my castle. I was kind of inspired by Dragon Reach from another game that I've been playing a lot recently. It looks more like Dragon Reach from the outside than it does from the inside. But here is the inside of the Dragon Reach castle. And something I haven't shown you guys before is my secret backdoor, my secret hidey hole. This is where the dungeons are supposed to go. I started digging a ways, but I never actually finished putting in any dungeons down here. There's nothing much up here. You just look down. And these archways were kind of fun to build. Check out my video on that. Because I'm going to be showing off everything in my world, I'm going to be putting links, annotation links up. So for the Dragon Reach Castle, check out the annotation link above for, I believe, 3 episodes of me building the castle. And up in here, I've got stairs that wind up and around and up to the bedroom, and a quick ladder, which we're not going to use. But we're going to come out here and we're going to head over the bridge. This doesn't go anywhere yet, but it soon will. I'm going to be taking my cattle farm and my sheep farm and moving it out over that way and adding some other buildings over here. Not sure yet. But here is the outside of the Dragon Reach Castle. Before it snowed and froze over, I was intending on putting gardens out over here and having like a little royal garden to check out. There's a waterfall that I created. Looks pretty cool in the winter. And we'll head up and up some more and into... Oh, you gotta get right in the center of that, otherwise you kind of get caught. So right up there, yeah. This is kind of like the Royal Chapel, I guess. Here's an altar up here with a big roundish window you can look out. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Let me know, guys. Let me know what you guys think of it. Oh, let's head up to the bedroom, the royal bedroom. There's actually a painting up here. Woohoo! It's got some bookshelves, a storage chest, a workbench, and a ladder up to the roof. And I added some. There's a cross beam and some arches, supports. Kind of looks cool up there. Most of the interior work in this room was done by my wife. I came back and actually planted the flower. It's the only thing that I did that she didn't already do. She was bored one day and just jumped on my computer and just did it. I said, okay, it looks cool. And here's another route out to the viewing. And these are supposed to be dragon figureheads. And going to be doing some changing up on them, so check out a later episode for that. And it looks like the sun is going down, so we might have to sleep in the bed. Unless you guys want to take a look around the town at night. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go take a look around. So, this is my town square. A variety of different inspirations helped me come up with this. I wanted a water fountain, but I also wanted to have them on my nice little figureheads. And the road is obviously inspired by the Mind Fiend. Pretty cool guy. Go check him out. I'll put a link here to his channel, so take a look at his stuff. Nice LP he's got. I wanted to build the whole town in kind of a Renaissance style. Not the medieval style, which is similar to what you find in most of the NPC villages. So I said, okay, let's try building like 3-story buildings, make them bigger. Still kind of, uh-oh, there's a creeper. I see him. He's up there. So what I wanted to do was make them quite a bit larger. Oops, I always do that. When I'm closing a gate door, I always place the block that's in my hand instead of closing the door. So I furnished this one. I put in a nice yard, planted a tree, got some flowers going, and I put vines all over it. So it looks kind of like the university buildings. What are those things called? There's a style to that. I forget what it's called. But you find it in the New England style buildings and like the Oxford University, those kinds of places. So what I have here, this is the ballroom to the house. It's not as large as my Archspore ballroom, which is just tremendously huge. That was a 4-story ballroom with a nice vaulted lava ceiling and everything. So here's my chandelier. I've made it out of some wood and torches. I'm thinking I might come back later and replace it with glowstone. I don't know. But I've put some lapis blocks up in the corners. I've got music box. And here's the kitchen I was talking about earlier. Yeah, the kitchen. Gotta talk about the kitchen. This one's actually pretty pretty nicely decorated, I think. I could probably do away with the torches, but at the time that I built this particular house, I had not yet opened up the portal to the Nether. So there's no Nether brick or glowstone. Haha, that's the word. There's no glowstone. So I've got some. Ooh, I've got some more eggs. Cool. Let me grab some of those. I've got my ovens over here, my work table in the center. I don't really have a bar. Probably should set up a bar kind of thing. I've got a little swingy gate there, like you find in a old-fashioned tavern. You just kind of walk through it. Oh, interesting. It opens depending on which way you're facing. Here's the second floor, and you can look out over the ballroom. And there's some bookshelves here in the I don't know what this area would be called. A reading area, meeting area. And there's some guest bedrooms here and here. Both furnished identically the same and mirrored. This is the master bedroom, and there's some strange drawings on the floor. Yeah, I took some redstone and tried to get artistic with it, but this is the master bedroom. Really nicely, richly furnished. Have a record player here, and some note blocks, some lapis, some dispensers. In my texture pack, the dispensers actually have faces on them. So I use them a lot like you would gargoyles or statues or something. They have a nice face on them. But here's the bed with some gold blocks. Let's head over to the library. And the library is actually far from finished. There's a lot of things I've got to do with it, which is why I built that building over there. I need sugarcane, and that's my sugarcane farm. Just recently finished, too. So, let's check out the library at night, which is a good time to do it. This is a Guardian Tiki, one of 8, I believe, or 9. There's a bunch of them. But this is going to be my portal room right here. I'm going to put a portal. I'm going to put a fairly big portal in here, as big as I can get it to fit in here. And there is the domed roof. I'm going to put a link in the description, or I'm going to put a link up above, so click on it and check out my dome video. It's pretty cool. I actually show you guys how I build a dome without using any guides or tools or anything. I just do it freehand, and it looks pretty darn cool, guys. Pretty cool. Build your own dome. Check out my videos. Haha. And I'm gonna head up to the second floor and then head off to the last and final building. And then I'll show you what I was planning to do with the eggs. So here's the second floor. It looks kind of cool. I've got some glowstone and some pot lights going on, lanterns, and I said I was going to show you guys the roof for the other building. I think that actually looks pretty cool. It's got some dormers with figureheads on top. And let's head back down. And the sun's coming up on, I believe, the third day. Wonder if that's the Miller guy. I don't know. But here is the finished sugarcane farm. And I've got 3 videos showing how I built all of it. I've do some sugarcane science to see if the building would actually work. I wasn't sure if sugarcane would grow in the dark, but apparently they do. And they also grow quite well deep under the oceans. And this is supposed to be a water wheel, but it's not moving anymore because the river's frozen solid. and that's a little water channel. I actually grew up on a river, and we had an old museum, and they had this humongous 2-3 story water wheel that they used to turn on, and we could watch it turn. It was pretty cool. And they had this little sluice channel, I believe is how it's pronounced, where the water would come down from upriver and make the water wheel turn. But they decommissioned it like 20 years ago, so it doesn't work anymore. But that's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a little water channel that was to come down and make the wheel turn. And I'm still not sure if the wheel looks right or not. I tried using stairs on it. I tried putting fences on it. I tried a variety of different looks, but I think this is what I came up with. Looks alright. Oh, and this is my new dog, my new wolf, Millie. Hey, Millie. Archie's been around with me since the Archspore world. He's my redstone assistant. He's hanging out over by the castle. He's my redstone assistant. Helped me build a pretty cool lighthouse, redstone lighthouse. Let's see. We got a new name for our dog called the Miller's dog, and I'm calling her Millie for short. Say hi, Millie. Good job. Right. Okay, so we're going to go inside of the new paper mill. And let's go up first. Let's go up. Check it out, up above. There's my waterfalls coming from my 3 separate roofs and my 3 separate dormers that I had so much trouble building my roofs. Oh man, it was crazy. I kept getting frustrated and falling off the roof and getting caught in these channels, because once you get in there you can't get out. So I added ladders to be able to get out, and I think the waterfalls look pretty cool from in here. I added some more lighting. And speaking of lighting, I just a few moments ago received a tip, a suggestion from a pretty cool guy out there on YouTube. His name is Armitage. He suggested covering up the ice, with something else, so I could put jack-o'-lanterns down here and light up the place. And I was thinking, what can I do that would look pretty cool to cover up the ice? I still wanted to be able to see the ice, but I don't want the light getting to it. So then I realized that half slabs and stairs will allow me to see through it, but they block the light. So I installed some half slabs and stairs, kind of offset them a little bit like this. And here's some footage of me putting this all in and putting some lights in the floors. So enjoy, and I'll be back in a moment. So I just saw a snowman. There he is. He was hiding behind the tree. He's been hanging out over here quite a bit recently, so I'm thinking I might dub him the Miller. Quite possibly, I'm not sure. But this is the back side of the paper mill. And let's go ahead and take a closer look up at the water wheel. I think it actually looks better kind of like from over here. And then this is the bridge I recently built. And I know I've been promising you guys that I'm going to do something with a whole bunch of eggs. So, hey, there's a cow hanging out in my library. What are you doing over there? Get out of my library, or I'll cook you. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to head up to one of the first places that I built. And it's a place it's something I like to do in all the worlds that I build, is find a nice high point way up on top of a mountain so that I can look out over my city. Ooh, I need to grab another egg. And so what I did is up above the, what is this? The workshop. So up above the workshop, I put in this lookout point so that I can climb up there and look out down over the town and see what's going on. And as you can see, there's one of the platforms for the cannons. And if you guys want to know how I built the cannons, here's a link to show you how I put together my cannons. And I intend to do something in here, cut it out and make something, maybe another viewing room. I don't know yet. We'll see. And there's another view of the castle. We'll head up the stairs and up to the nice viewing point. Oh, getting a little close to the edge. And that's my wood logging farm down there. And so what I'm going to do up here is I'm going to throw a bunch of eggs. And I've already done this once before, which is why if you look down there, there's a bunch of chickens running around. So let's see how far we can toss some eggs. Just randomly toss some eggs all over the place. And usually about 1 in 5 or 6 actually hatch. So there we go. We just seeded the town in a bunch of chickens. And let's go down and see if we can find out how many hatchlings we have down there. I'm guessing 3 or 4. Usually not too many. Anything on top of the roof? Yup, there's somebody on the roof. That's cool. That's what I was aiming for, really, was trying to get some chickens in some strange places. We got one on the roof. Oh, look, there's another egg. I'm gonna get you. Nothing. Any more chickens around? Any more little chickens? Got some snowmen. Chickens, chickens. No chickens here. Nope. Not seeing any chickens. See here, this is Archie. Hey, Archie. Archie, what are you doing? Hey. Have you met the other dog? No? Oh, okay. We should get you to... Maybe in the next update, we'll get the 2 dogs to meet. Apparently you can breed them. Nope, I'm not seeing too many chickens around. Well, that was fun, but didn't get any results. See, I'm not looking for adult chickens like these guys. These are from the results of another egging. But I'm looking for the little ones. Where did this one go? I know there was one up there. But what I'm going to do to end this episode is I'm going to go up to the top of the castle and up to the lookout point, and we'll say farewell from there. You know what? I think I'm going to use the shortcut. Get up on the roof. I don't think I can get in there from here. Nope, I can't get in there. Well, break a fence and go through like that. And just as I suspected, it's time for the moon to come up. So, this is One Wolf saying thanks for watching and have a good night.